All right, so now drop down to show you what this X2 is all about. So in front of me, the 2024 X2 M35i in Brooklyn Gray, because that's what BMW gave us. So it's the HEA model, or it's in German, basically means dealer first production. So it's, strangely enough, BMW gave us two X2 demo vehicles, one in the base trim in the US market and one in the M Performance model. So it's a little bit unusual that we're getting two of these ones here. But let's go over this one. It is minimally spec'd, and definitely not the way you probably spec one for store inventory. But as you can see, standard on the M35i is the illuminated kiddie grille, which I think actually looks pretty good. I got the parking lights on, so no headlights are on right now. And you can see the new daytime running lights. It's a little bit harder here with the parking lights on, but a shape reminiscent of what's on the new 5 Series, but probably a little bit different. Then we got M badging here in the kidney grille. Horizontal slats, which was supposed to mean BMW M, and the vertical slats would mean M Performance, but I see some deviation from that already. So we also have sensors here. So this one does have the Driving Assistance Plus, so active cruise control. And down below, a lot more shapes down there that was on the X2 xDrive 28i, which also appeared in the upper portion of the grille. And you'll notice no parking camera, which means no premium or technology package. There's that 3/4 view of the new X2. It's the U10 chassis. Then over on the side, style 873M wheels, which I think are new and might be unique to the X2, but a pretty interesting shape. I think my complaint about this wheel is that it's really flat. There's no concavity to the dish of it, so not a lot of really good details in that one, but overall pretty good looking design for the wheel. Then we got the blue M Sport calipers. You can also get gray M compound brake calipers on this one. I think the charge is $700. But these 873Ms are 20-inch wheels with, I believe, all-season tires. So it's the one that comes default on the car. And then we've got the side view of the new X2. So different from the previous generation X2. It looks more like the X4 and X6. Then move into the back. Got this really aggressive spoiler in the rear. And the taillights look really interesting as well. Sort of reminiscent of the E46 headlights, at least the shape of it. And then we have visible exhaust, so it's quad exhaust. X2 and M35i badging in chrome, which you can probably get blacked out as a port installed option. I don't know if it's there yet, but I imagine it will be coming. There's the 3/4 rear view. We'll make our way inside, go over pricing and option, singular, outside of the paint and the interior. And you have the M-style mirror caps. All right, so opening up, we have the Oyster Vaganza interior, so a no-cost option, which basically that's all it is, because it's all Vaganza, or Alcantara in some cases. Got your standard sport seats on the M35i. The seats look pretty good. They're pretty well bolstered. A nice perforation and a little bit of quilting effect going on here. No lumbar support, at least here. Might have to check the menu to see if that's actually true in the manual chrome catcher. And strangely enough, no M badge or X2 M35i badging here on the door sill. All right, so in front of me, the standard M Sport steering wheel with a stripe at the 12 o'clock. M badging down here, and then M stitching on the steering wheel. I think it's a really good looking wheel. Maybe a little bit on the girthy side. And in front of me, iDrive 9 live cockpit. You know, there's no heads-up display. And then the rest of the small-ish curved display in iDrive 9 for the most part, it looks exactly like iDrive 8.5, although it's based on Android, and it is a bit laggy in terms of responding to your touch. And then right now, because the car is in sport mode, it's got this red accent lighting or ambient lighting. The trim, a little bit hard to see, is the aluminum hexacube trim. It's a sporty feel to it. Then, no wireless charging tray here, because I think you have to get at least the premium or technology package to get those features, but ambient lighting around that little cradle. Cup holders. Then USB-C charging ports down here, which actually look like they sort of light up in the dark. Then your center console area, inspired by the iX. So I did have to turn on the reading light here for the, or map light for the driver's side, so I can see the sticker price here. So starting price of the X2 M35i is $51,400. Brooklyn Gray Metallic adds another $650. As I mentioned before, the Vaganza is included. Driving Assistance Plus for $600. See, all these other features, 7-speed dual clutch transmission is standard on the car, as well as the illuminated kidney grille and M Sport calipers. And then nothing else. All told, MSRP of this particular example, $53,545. I think I did neglect to mention, actually it's going to be a little bit hard to see. I'll get the back seat and show you. The view out the back is really, of course, constricted, as you would expect with a sloping roofline, and also with the head restraints for the rear up. It's a little bit difficult to see out the back, but not terrible. Oops, forgot to unlock the rear doors because there's no comfort access on the rear doors anymore. You see the Oyster Vaganza. Then in the back, you don't really have a lot of stuff back here. So you have vents, and you see those charging ports actually light up, which is actually a pretty good idea, especially in the dark. And because this car has comfort exit, this seat isn't exactly where I sit. It's been pushed back. But overall, let's see if I can get the light on in here. Knee room, leg room is pretty decent. Now it's a little bit hard to see. Then headroom, not too bad for the X2. Alright, so moving to the back, we will use our kick to open feature. And cargo is, not too bad. You can, of course, fold down those rear seats for a little bit more cargo area. No spare tire on the M35i, but you get the mobility kit. Use our kick to close. Now, I realize I just forgot to take a peek out the back. Let me hop back in. So the rear view camera is up here rather than in the roundel or even down below. All right, see if we can sort of mimic what the rear view mirror looks like. So again, that sloping roofline sort of does you in terms of visibility out the back, but it's not terrible. All right, let's make our way to the front and pop the hood. So, underneath the hood here is the B48 inline-4 2-liter turbo engine, 312 horsepower and 295 torques. So, more power and torque than you'll probably need in most cases. And do recommend driving the thing in Sport or Sport Plus. You can actually change the settings in Sport. I should realize that we should probably take a listen to the exhaust notes. I do have this in Sport Plus. Let's go ahead and grab the other microphone. All right, so the car has been warmed up. I'm going to place the other microphone back here. And we'll do a few revs here. Alright, so that basically does it for a tour around another X2, this time the M35i variant. I wish it was in a different color to show off some of the lines on this one. I think Brooklyn Gray sort of does this car a little bit of the injustice, if you will. I think a more brighter and shoutier color would look really good on the X2, but we'll see at the next video.